Hey, what's crack-a-lack-a smacking YouTube? Check it out. I came across this video just scrolling through YouTube. I might have watched the first 1 or 2 minutes of it. It's from a lawyer named The Lead Attorney. Go check him out, y'all. He finna break it down real nice. You can already tell. Just from the first 2 minutes I watched, you could tell he finna break it down. It's about the brother that got beat up by the police in Jacksonville. The brother named William McNeil, I believe it is. But that's not what caught my attention. What caught my attention is the fact that this ain't even about that story. I think he got a video on it, and I'm gonna go react to that. But this is about two content creators going at it. It's content creator beef, and he gonna break down the law to see who right. You got your boy Lackluster. I fuck with Lackluster. Lackluster is about people's rights, and he going against uh a guy named Officer Tatum or something like that. I don't know too much about him. He a brother, but the way this video started out, I had to stop it. I said, I'm finna react to this video. I came outside because I'm out. I'm not at the house. It's the, I was just at the water park. Now it's pouring down raining, y'all. I had to slide my computer. Whatever. But we finna get in this video, y'all. It says Officer Tatum is a bootlicking moron at the Officer Tatum. And from the first couple seconds that I seen, I think that was Lackluster saying that. And like I say, I mess with Lackluster. Lackluster, he for the people, bro. Like, this a new channel I got. So on this channel, we finna do reactions. On my main channel, I've been messing with Lackluster for years. But I finna start this up. We finna see what it is. But first, I gotta take a swallow of that tap tap. Hey, let's see what they talking about.
Shout out to brother Officer Tatum. Now, I hate to do this to him. I hate to make this video, but Officer Tatum is a boot licking moron, apparently.
Next, Tatum thinks
Hey, I think the lawyer, this lawyer might be rolling with Lackluster or something. So hold on. Let's get it, y'all.
To make this video, but Officer Tatum is a boot licking moron, apparently.
Next, Tatum thinks that the officers used a proportionate amount of force for the situation because he's a bootlicking moron.
If you don't know what you're talking about, don't make a video about Brandon Tatum. That's it. Put your biases aside, put your anti-police rhetoric aside, do some research
Hello.
before you decide to make a video calling me a bootlicker and all kind of other stuff when you have no idea what you're talking about according to the law. You have no idea what you're talking about according to police interactions.
Hold on. What did he say? You don't know what you talking about according to the law? That's all that man do is study law. What?
When you have no idea what you're talking about according to the law, you have no idea what you're talking about according to police interactions, you have no idea what you're talking about according to what you claim that I said.
If I'm not mistaken, I hear the
took
lawyer
and didn't take.
laughing
All
in the
right, guys, we
background,
are
y'all.
heating up. We are talking today about two heavyweights going at it. We have the Officer Tatum. Y'all know him, a huge Goliath in the space. He has over 3 million subscribers, a big dog. But then you have another YouTuber.
Damn! He got over 3 million subs. Oh yeah, he a Goliath in the YouTube space. But is it all bootleg? Is it all bootlegging? Hey, like and subscribe. I'll take 100,000. 3 million. Goddamn! Congratulations, brother.
Man named Lackluster. He also has over 1 million subscribers. Lackluster has called.
Damn, Lackluster only got 1 million? Yeah, I thought he had more than that, bro. That's crazy work. Cause Lackluster look up all the laws. He do all the
Officer Tatum out over this whole JSO officer viral video. Lackluster calls
Damn, he
Officer
stole
Tatum
on
a
the brother.
moron, calls him a bootlicker. Now Officer Tatum has responded back. What I am going to do is review this video, and I'm going to look at one thing specifically. I'll be honest with you, they talk about a lot of different issues, and if I tried to cover them all, I'd be here all day. So I'm only going to cover one. Maybe in future videos I'll pick up
Man,
some more
cover them
issues and
all.
I'll decide who is right and wrong. Again, I am the lead attorney, practiced law down here in Atlanta over 20 years. I've handled countless criminal cases.
Hey, y'all go check out the lead attorney. He gonna have y'all right.
So I've got a perspective on this. Now, Lackluster and Officer Tatum are arguing back and forth about numerous issues, but I'm only going to pick up one today. Today, we are only going to talk about the rain issue. Was the officer correct in pulling over the driver because he didn't have his headlights on?
It depends. Because if I'm not mistaken, in certain states, you got to have your headlights on if it's raining. Some states, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a lawyer. Don't hold me to this. You got to have them on if you're using your windshield wipers. So like if it's raining and you don't have your windshield wipers on, you ain't got to have your lights on. I'm not quite sure, but if it's raining in a lot of states, I know you do got to have them on though.
Is there a reason that you're pulling me over? Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on.
Now, it needs to be said that the officer had a couple of more reasons why he pulled the driver over. But we are just going to focus on the headlight issue and the rain issue. Was the driver required to have his headlights on because of the rain? Officer Tatum and Lackluster can't agree on this point, and I'll be honest with you.
He didn't say because it was raining. He said because of inclement weather.
A lot of you can't agree either. I did a video on this recently and I got so many comments about the dang rain. I mean, just look at what you guys are sending me 44 minutes ago. Am I the only one that sees raindrops all over the dude's car? 55 minutes ago, I see raindrops. If it wasn't raining, why are there raindrops? Dude, it was clearly raining. Come on, lead. There were raindrops everywhere. It's rain, rain, rain. It's 100% raining. The beautiful Ricky says, lead, I usually agree with you, but you can see the raindrops. Guys, I tell you, I got hundreds and hundreds of comments. There's literally rain on the car.
Okay, but what the law say? Does the law say he got to have them on while it's raining? If the law says he got to have them on while it's raining, if it's raining, you got to have them on and it makes it a good stop.
Everybody's talking about this rain. So who is right, Lackluster or Officer Tatum, the bootlicker? By the end of this video, you will know decisively who is right and who is wrong in this debate.
Oh, okay.
And it's very important for me to tell you that you're not going to know who's right or wrong just because I told you. You are going to know who's right and who's wrong because you critically thought for yourself. So here's what we're going to do. It is your first day in law school. You are sitting in my criminal law class. I am your professor, Professor Lead. Today we're going to talk about this case and whether the officer was allowed to pull the driver over because he didn't have his headlights on. Again, there are a lot of other issues that we can talk about, but I don't want to make this video too long. So, was the officer allowed to pull the driver over because the officer saw that he didn't have his headlights on? That's the question that I'm asking you. And you, it's your first day of law school, you say, well, I don't know. How am I supposed to figure it out? Well,
was
I'll
the stop
tell you,
legal?
Student.
Yep, that's what we want to know. Is the stop legal? He said, all right, young student, that's funny.
If you have a question about the legality of something, the first place you go to is the law. You go to the state statute. All right, here is the state statute right here. The Florida Senate, the Florida statutes, when lighted lamps are required. All right, this is going to explain to us when you have to have your headlights on.
He got the law, y'all. He got the law. This what you got to go by.
Officer saw that the driver did not have his headlights on when required, then the officer was correct in pulling him over for this violation. Let's read it. It says, every vehicle operated on a highway within the state shall display lighted lamps and illuminated devices as herein respectively required. Okay? Number one, at any time from sunset to sunrise. So basically at nighttime in the twilight hours. But here is where we get into into the thick of things. You are required to have your headlights on during any
Any
rain,
rain.
smoke, or fog. So if I ask you, young student of
During
mine,
any
when in
rain,
Florida are you required to
smoke and
have your
fog.
headlights on? Relevant to this specific case,
That's
the answer
specific.
is during any rain, smoke, or fog. You got that? Rain, smoke, or fog. That's it. Now you guys may say, wow, being a lawyer is pretty easy. I know what rain means, I know what smoke means, and I know what fog means, right? Well, I got you. The most important word when we analyze this particular situation is not rain, is not smoke, and it's not fog. What's the most important word? It's during. You see here, guys, this during here, this is the operative word. This state statute, honestly, is very specific. It doesn't say
Yeah, it
before
is.
it's raining. It doesn't say after it's raining. It says during the rain.
That's a fact, y'all. That's a fact. That's a key word. During any rain, smoke, or fog. So during mean it gotta be raining at the time of the stop. Or am I tripping?
So what
Let's listen to the lawyer.
does that mean? It means that the officer has to initiate the traffic stop during the rain. The officer has to pull this driver over while it's raining.
I knew it. I knew it. During the rain. My bad, y'all. Put that smoke out right quick. Let me go back a couple of seconds. Let's get
What
it.
does that mean? It means that the officer has to initiate the traffic stop during the rain. The officer has to pull this driver over while it's raining. The pulling over of the driver and the rain needs to occur simultaneously. Is that clear to you? And since you're a first-year law student, it's
Yeah,
your first day of
that's
class, you might
clear
say,
to
well,
me.
that's not really what they meant, right? They didn't mean during. No. The United
Oh no, that's what they mean. They mean what's wrote. I do know that about the law. They mean what they write. Period. The way it's written is the way it is. It be them police that be trying to switch it up. Well, this is what they meant.
and the rain needs to occur simultaneously. Is that clear to you? And since you're a first-year law student, it's your first day of class, you might say, well, that's not really what they meant, right? They didn't mean during. No. The United States Supreme Court, all the way down to all the lower courts, have always said that the legislature means exactly what they've said. If the legislature would have wanted to
Okay, that's what I just said, but he just put a hashtag with a few exceptions. I wonder what them exceptions is.
Supreme Court, all the way down to all the lower courts, have always said that the legislature means
With a few
exactly what they said.
exceptions.
If the legislature would have wanted to write this law to say, before the rain, then the legislature could have done that. If the legislature wanted to say 30 minutes after the rain or an hour after the rain, the legislator could have wrote that in the statute. The legislature did neither, however. The legislature said during. These state legislators are all adults, probably half of them are attorneys, so they know how to use their words well, and they all said during. What does during mean in this context? It means two events occurring simultaneously. The pulling over of the driver and the rain.
And the
You got
rain.
that?
Yeah.
We're on the same page?
Yeah.
Now
I'm good with
know
you.
how to analyze this case legally. Now let's go to the facts of this case. Was it raining? Here we have the driver's car, and we can clearly see water droplets. Now let me ask you, law student, thinking critically, if there are water droplets on a car, does it necessarily mean that it's raining? This is easy for you, even
Not at all. Cause I don't see no rain coming down. Hold on, let me see if I see. I don't see nothing hitting the ground. It could have rained 2 minutes ago. What if it stopped raining? I cut my lights off. I get around the corner, you pull me over.
though it's your first day, obviously the answer is no. Water droplets can be on a car for numerous reasons. Water droplets could be on a car because it rained 15 minutes ago. Water can be on a car because the car got washed. Water can be on the car because the car rolled over a puddle and water splashed on the car. So just because there are water droplets on the car does not mean that it's raining. What I'm gonna do is play this video, but I'm going to mute it so we can focus on the water droplets. And what I want you to look at, young student, I want you to see if there are any new droplets that you see forming on the car as the video plays. Now, everybody take a close look. I'm gonna play this.
Oh, he cold. I like this attorney right here. Y'all ever in trouble? Look for him. He finna get to the details, y'all.
Video, do you see any new water droplets? If you see new water droplets, then we can assume that that's rain. If we see no new water droplets, then what does that mean? All right, let's play the video. So here is
It's
the
not
video.
raining.
It is playing. Again, I've muted it because we don't need the sound to figure out whether it's raining or not. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at the glass. I'm looking at the molding. I'm looking at the door. I see no new water droplets. Do you guys see any new water droplets? I don't see one. We're just letting it play here. I'm going to say that it's not raining, guys.
Ooh, I don't
Could it
see no
have
new.
rained previous?
I don't see no new rain either. So basically, at the time of the stop, there is no rain. And by the law saying during rain, ooh, this is an illegal stop.
100%. I do believe that it was raining 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes ago. But if I'm honest with you, I saw no new water droplets forming on that car. So, young student of mine, this is the question for you. All right, you
Okay,
ready?
what's the
During
question?
the time that the body cam video was taken, was it raining? That's your question. Now, I do
It don't look like it was raining to me, boss.
need to point out that it is technically possible for the officer to have pulled the driver over and then 5, 10, 20 seconds when the officer gets up there, it stops raining. So that it was raining when the officer pulled the driver over, but it's not raining 20 seconds into the video. That
Okay. That's understood. That's understood. But fuck that. I don't believe
is a
that.
possibility technically, but just going on the video as we see it, I believe it is not currently raining. What did we say about the law? We said, young law student, that every vehicle operated upon a highway, every driver is required to have their headlights on during any rain, smoke, or fog. So was this driver required to have his headlights on? If the officer pulled the driver over during the rain, then yes. But if the officer pulled the driver over when it was not raining, then no. Now, when you hear all these content creators, these YouTubers talking about this issue and you don't know who's right, now you know how to think for yourself. Now you know how to legally analyze whether this driver was required to have his headlights on or not. Now, law student of mine, I'm going to give you a quick pop quiz. I am going to have you analyze some of the comments of the regular people, the people who are not in law school like you are. And I want to see if you can identify any issues with how these laymen are thinking about this case. Here's the first comment. It says the ground is wet and there are water particles on his windows. Just because it isn't currently raining doesn't negate the fact that inclement weather was and is still problematic. All right.
The ground is wet and there are water particles on his window. Just because it isn't currently raining doesn't negate the fact that inclement weather, there go that word again, was and still problematic. That's not what the law say. I'm fucking with this lawyer, y'all. What the law say? The law don't say during inclement weather. It says during rain, smoke, and something else. During means it has to be happening right then. It doesn't say during inclement weather because y'all finna make me look up what's inclement weather.
Law student of mine, do you see a problem with this argument? Let's look at this one. TLA, we can see that there is water on the vehicle and that the skies are cloudy. So even if it wasn't raining in the video, it probably was raining before they started rolling.
Damn, he finna clown the people in his comments because all of them saying no matter what, it rained. That doesn't matter. It has to be raining, not it rained or it's finna rain. It has to be raining. When that police walked up, rain wasn't coming down on him, bro.
Student, future future lawyer, do you see a problem with this comment? This is why I love the internet. This is why I love YouTube. You guys can learn to critically think in a legal manner, just as we attorneys do. No information, no knowledge is locked behind some gate. No one's gatekeeping now that we have the internet and especially all these chat GPT-4s. Now, you guys know something that these regular laymen do not. All right, now let's see what Officer Tatum has to say about this. Let's see if we can spot any issues to his thinking, to his rationale, or is lackluster wrong. Let's take a look.
Let's get it, Mr. Lead. Let's get it. My bad. Mr. Attorney Lead. Let's see. I appreciate
Look,
that.
you're going to hear this guy talk about it. You see people say it online. It's the most asinine and ridiculous claim. It's because they hate police and they always want the police to be wrong, so they will make up anything. It wasn't raining.
What? Nah, people don't hate the police, bro. People want the police to stop harassing them and fucking with them for nothing and beating them up for nothing. His name, the Officer Tatum. So he's a cop. So I could almost say he ain't never been beat up by a cop. I've been beat up, bruh. I've been beat up by a cop for nothing before. Just because he didn't like something I said. Come on, all right, you know what, Officer Tatum? I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, bro.
Something that these regular laymen do not. All right, now let's see what Officer Tatum has to say about this. Let's see if we can spot any issues to his thinking, to his rationale, or is lackluster wrong. Let's take a look.
You're going to hear this guy talk about it. You see people say it online. It's the most asinine and ridiculous claim. It's because they hate police and they always want the police to be wrong, so they will make up anything. It wasn't raining. Look at this video. This is fresh rain droplets still hanging onto his vehicle. If somehow it wasn't inclement weather, which means it wasn't raining at all, you wouldn't still see rain.
What'd he say? He's that police word, y'all. Inclement. That's not what the law say, Mr. Tatum.
And they always want the police to be wrong, so they will make up anything. It wasn't raining. Look at this video. This is fresh rain droplets still hanging onto his vehicle. If somehow it wasn't inclement weather, which means it wasn't raining at all, you wouldn't still see rain droplets on his car.
Let's stop it right there. Officer Tatum says if it wasn't inclement weather, you wouldn't see rain droplets still on his car. Now, guys, I got a question for you, and I'm gonna see who are the A students and who are the B students, all right? There are two problems with what Brandon Tatum just said. He said that if it wasn't inclement weather, you still wouldn't see the rain droplets on the car. Can you identify the two problems with this statement? I'll give you 5 seconds, all right? And while you're considering it, it's very hard to get an A in law school, okay? All right, time's up. If you got this answer, then at least you have a B. What's the problem with what he said? Let's go back and take a look.
Look at this video. This is fresh rain droplets still hanging onto his vehicle. If somehow it wasn't inclement weather, which means it wasn't raining at all, you wouldn't still see rain droplets on his car.
He said if it wasn't inclement.
Look at this video. This is fresh rain droplets still hanging onto his vehicle. If somehow it wasn't inclement weather, which means it wasn't raining at all, you wouldn't still see rain droplets on his car.
He said if it wasn't inclement weather, you wouldn't see raindrops on the car. What is the B answer? The B answer is, Officer Tatum, respectfully, you can see raindrops on a car when it's not raining. The rain could have stopped 5 minutes ago. It could have stopped 15 minutes ago. It could have stopped 30 minutes ago. Just because there are raindrops on a car does not mean that it's raining. If you got that answer, then I will give you a B. All right.
I'm a B.
That's the kind of,
I got the B.
But do you see a second problem with what he said? And let me just replay it.
Hell yeah, I seen it.
If somehow it wasn't inclement weather, which means it wasn't raining at all.
Inclement weather. They keep trying to use inclement weather. Why does that keep coming up? Bro, the law doesn't mention inclement weather. Like, I don't even know what the fuck that means. What is inclement weather?
You wouldn't still see rain droplets on his car.
Did you catch it? Guys, I will tell you that if you are an attorney, you have to pay such close attention to every single word. What did Officer Tatum say? He said, if it wasn't inclement weather. What's the problem with that? The problem is inclement weather isn't a thing. It's nowhere in the statute. Guys, here is the complete
Oh, I need my A, boss. I need my A. Mr. Lee. Mr. Attorney Lee.
statute that governs when your lights must be on, your headlights. Again, we see
There all
here
of it
during
go.
any rain, smoke, or fog. Do you see anything about inclement weather? As a lawyer, you have to pay attention to when people try to introduce new words, new meanings into an argument.
Yeah.
Nowhere in here does it talk about
Yeah.
inclement weather. In fact, if I
Yeah.
go
He said it. Like, I don't even know what inclement weather means, bro. I was going to look it up. I said that earlier. I was going to look it up. Goddamn, these flies is tripping with this goddamn rain. I was going to look it up. Inclement weather. Like, or the word inclement. I'm not even looking it up now. The lawyer got me. I mean, I just know certain shit on for being on Earth a long time. What the fuck is inclement?
anything about inclement weather. As a lawyer, you have to pay attention to when people try to introduce new words, new meanings into an argument. Nowhere in here does it talk about inclement weather. In fact, if I go up here and just do a control F, let's see. I am going to put the word inclement. I don't know if you can see this or not, guys, but I put the word inclement in here and it comes up
With
0
zero
slash
out of
0.
zero.
Nowhere in here does it
Oh.
talk about inclement weather. So when Officer Tatum says, hey, it's inclement weather, and you have to know as a law student that he's introducing new words that are not in the statute. The only thing we lawyers are concerned about is during any rain, smoke, or fog. That's
Or
it. I don't
fog.
want to
Yeah.
hear about inclement weather. I don't want to hear about low visibility. I don't want to hear about wet roads. The Florida legislature said during any rain, smoke, or fog. So pay attention to that. Did you get it? Did you get the inclement
Yeah.
weather
Hell
injection?
yeah.
If you got
Give me
that, then
my
you got an
A.
A on that pop
Yeah,
quiz. And
give
I
me
really
mine.
am impressed. If you got the
Yeah.
B, then that's fine. But if you got an A, give yourself a pat on the back. Hold up.
Yeah,
Let's
that
pause
inclement
for a
fucking me
second for
up.
a. All right, let's keep going.
If somehow it wasn't inclement weather, which means it wasn't raining at all, you wouldn't still see rain droplets on his car. Inclement
Bro. Okay, hold on. Let me see what he say. Cause he keeps saying inclement weather. It sound like he finna explain what it is. Let's see. All right, Officer Tatum, let's get it.
All right, let's keep going.
If somehow it wasn't inclement weather, which means it wasn't raining at all, you wouldn't still see rain droplets on his car. Inclement weather doesn't mean that it's only inclement at the instant that it's raining. And then if it stopped raining for 30 minutes or 30 seconds, then all of a sudden it's not inclement anymore.
Do you see a problem with
Hell yeah. I see a problem in that. The law doesn't say inclement weather. It says during raining. Bruh. 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 Hold up, hold up. Let's do this. Let's do it again.
Inclement weather doesn't mean that it's only inclement at the instant that it's raining.
Inclement
And then if
weather
it stopped
doesn't
raining for
mean
30 minutes or 30
then
seconds, then all of a sudden it's not inclement anymore.
Do you see a problem with Officer
yeah.
Tatum's thinking about this
Oh yeah.
statute? He
Oh,
says that
he a
if the rain
sucker.
stops 30 seconds or
Yeah,
30
he a
minutes,
sucker. He a sucker. I'ma tell you right now. See, why he keep going on the words that the police used, which is inclement weather, Lackluster went to the law. And the law says during rain, not during inclement weather. Yeah, Mr. Officer Tatum, you a sucker. You know what? I can't wait to go watch your video on it. I came across this video before I even came across Lackluster's or yours. So I'm finna be working my way from the future to the past, cause I'm finna go react to Lackluster's and I'm gonna react to yours. And you sound stupid, homie. On my mama, you keep talking about inclement weather. So that shows me that Lackluster probably looked up the law as he usually do. Lackluster always been one of them ones, bro. Lackluster will bring up the whole law of the whole state. He keep talking about inclement weather. So that means he didn't look up the law in Jacksonville, Florida. He didn't look it up. He going on the police word. Yeah, yeah. He a sucker. He a thin blue line. Fucking.
It's not inclement anymore.
Do you see a problem with Officer Tatum's thinking about this statute? He says that if the rain stops 30 seconds or 30 minutes from when the officer pulls over the driver, then that doesn't mean that it's not inclement anymore. You, my little law student, do you see problems with this legal analysis? Hopefully you're all A students now and you're asking, where in the heck did inclement even come from? It's not in the state statute. It's not.
Hey, I'm gonna take a shot to that. Mm, mm, mm.
Not in the law. And we already discussed what happens if the rain stops 30 seconds before the driver is pulled over, or certainly 30 minutes before the driver is pulled over. That's crazy. If the rain stops 30 minutes before the officer pulls over the driver, then the officer did not pull over the driver during the rain. It's not
Yeah,
during the rain if the rain
yeah,
stopped half an hour ago. I love that
yeah.
you guys
That's a fact.
are going to be able to analyze these facts legally, just like an attorney would. Let's go.
It's not just the rain. It's rain and rainy conditions.
Oh, are you catching it? Are you catching it? He said it's not just the.
No, 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 no. Oh, this is getting deep. And you know what? What it's called? Officer Tatum is a bootlicking moron. I don't care about your 3 million followers, but I'ma say this. You are a bootlicking moron. You didn't you made this video and you didn't even look up the law. If you're gonna have 3 million followers or over 3 million followers, you shouldn't be leading them astray. Like, you need to be on here keeping it real, bro. You need to be letting them know, look, that was a bad stop. And you know it was a bad stop because you looked up the law. You keep wanting to thin blue line the whole situation. First of all, they stopped him illegally. Then they busted his window and sucker punched him. And the chief, man, I seen that video with the chief talking about he didn't get sucker punched. What? They sucker punched him as soon as they busted the window. They punched him, and then after they got him out and had his hands behind his back, the other police thought.
Rain and rainy conditions.
Oh, are you catching it? Are you catching it? He said it's not just the rain, it's rain or rainy conditions. Law student of mine, was that in the statute? Here again
Nope.
is the statute, and it says every vehicle operated in Florida on a highway must have its headlights on during any rain, smoke, or fog. Do you see anything about raining conditions? Which is what Officer Tatum just said. Do you see anything about inclement weather? Do you see any grace period of 30 seconds or 30 minutes? You do not. You just see during any rain, smoke, or fog. All right, let's get back to our brother Officer Tatum. And hopefully you guys are analyzing this correctly. Hopefully you're getting A's on these quizzes.
The hazardous lights and putting your lights on is for the conditions that's associated with rain. When it rains, visibility is lower, there's rain on the streets, people need to have better visibility when driving. That's what the spirit of the law says. That's
Oh,
Hold on. What did this brother say? The spirit of the law. Hold up, hold up. What the fuck is the spirit of the law? The law say during, not during the spirit. Hold on. I might be tripping, y'all. I I might be tripping. Hold up.
on these quizzes.
the hazardous lights and putting your lights on is for the conditions that's associated with rain. When it rains, visibility is lower. There's rain on the streets. People need to have better visibility when driving. That's what the spirit of the law says. That's
that's what the spirit of the law says. I will tell you, and again, none of this is taking shots at Officer Tatum.
Yes, it
Excellent
is.
content creator. I'm sure he was an
Yeah,
excellent
fuck all
officer.
that.
I am just looking at this from the
Hold up,
lawyer.
hold up. Yeah, this a shot at him. We don't care about his past content. We talking about this one. And this one, it's a shot at him. Cause it sound like you finna say something real shit towards him. Spirit of the
This
law.
is taking shots at Officer Tatum. Excellent content creator. I'm sure he was an excellent officer. I am just looking at this from the lawyer's point of view because again,
My bad on pausing and making you look like you high. But it don't sound like he was a good officer. It sound like he was rocking with that thin blue line. Period.
and this is a legal case. We are talking about state statutes. I will tell you as a lawyer that when anybody says the spirit of the law, then you know you got them. When somebody has to retreat to the word spirit, it means that the arguments that they're making are not in the statutes textually. When you are in court, when you're in trial, and you hear opposing counsel say, oh, well, that's the spirit of the law. That's what the legislature surely meant. I'm sure that if the legislatures had more time, then they would have said, they would have clarified, they would have put in writing.
What? They got all the time in the world. They can sit there and debate on the case as long as they want. So that's not what they meant. They meant it like they said it.
Whenever you hear someone say it's the spirit of the law, you know you got them.
the hazardous lights and putting your lights on is for the conditions that's associated with rain. When it rains, visibility is lower. There's rain on the streets. People need to have better visibility when driving. That's what the spirit of the law says. That's
The spirit of the law. Let's go.
why no one contested that he was pulled over rightfully. You would not have rain droplets on your car if it had not been raining. The ground is wet. It is raining, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it stopped raining for a small period of time.
Oh, that sounds like an admission to me.
Oh my God. Oh, this lawyer is chewing his ass out. And that's why he started the video calling him a moron. Oh man, I don't know what Lackluster said to him, but after this video, I'm finna go watch it. I'm finna go watch it because that's crazy. He like, oh man, hold on, y'all. I'm half dead right now. I'm half dead. Oh my God. It may have stopped raining 30 seconds ago. If it did, that's an illegal stop by law.
Not have rain droplets on your car if it had not been raining. The ground is wet. It is raining, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it stopped raining for a small period of time.
Oh, that sounds like an admission to me. It sounds like Officer Tatum really knows what's going on. Sometimes as attorneys, guys, we never know if
I got you looking funny again on the pause. I truly apologize, Mr. Attorney Lead. But yeah, he know what the fuck going on. He's a goddamn bootlicker. He's a cop.
people are pulling our legs or not. As lawyers, we don't assume that you know the law. So it could be that Officer Tatum just doesn't know. But when he says, oh, well, it could be the rain stopped for a moment in time, that kind of gives me the impression that he knows what the statute says. If the rain stopped for a brief period,
Which means he did look up the law. Which means he is a bootlicker and a moron. Because he looked up the law, but he's still rocking with the cops. You know why? Because he an ex-cop, bro. That shit crazy. And the cold part is you a black man, and that was another black man, and you got the white man putting the law out there Oh, man.
So it could be that Officer Tatum just doesn't know. But when he says, oh, well, it could be the rain stopped for a moment in time, that kind of gives me the impression that he knows what the statute says. If the rain stopped for a brief period of time, then what does that mean? It means that the traffic stop did not start during the rain. The focal point
Yup.
of this whole issue is
Yup.
the word during. What did our man
Yup.
say again?
It's raining, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it stopped raining for a small period of time. That does not preclude the justification of having your lights on during inclement weather.
All right, guys, as your law professor, not going to beat a dead horse, but I'm going to replay that last sentence one more time, and I want you to analyze it.
It is raining, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it stopped raining for a small period of time. That does not preclude the justification of having your lights on during inclement weather.
Inclement weather. All right. If you're my law student, hopefully you see the issue with that. Shout out to
I do.
Officer Tatum. Shout out to Lackluster. They're both going at it. If you guys like this video, just let me know and I will break down each of the issues. So
Bruh, I like the video. He got a minute left, y'all. Let's see what he's
you
saying.
can understand how to analyze these things. You don't
Yeah.
have to believe Officer Tatum.
Yeah,
You don't have to believe
look up the
Lackluster.
law.
You can think of it for yourself.
Look up the law and understand it word for word. Just off this video, I need to go see what Lackluster said, and I need to go see what Officer Tatum said. I'm gonna leave a link to the lead attorney. Y'all go mess with him, y'all. I went through his channel. It looked like he got a bunch of videos that might help us out. Officer Tatum, the stuff he playing on you sounding like a bootlicking moron. And I kind of think that's why at the beginning of the video, that's why he said what he said, supposedly. I gotta go see the beef between Lackluster and him, because like I say, Lackluster for the people. I don't know too much about Officer Tatum, but just off this video, it looked like he's a bootlicking moron. Leave me a comment, let me know. You agree with the lawyer? Or you agree with the officer? Because the law is the law, y'all. And if the police respected the law, there'd be a lot of situations that happen that won't happen. But they don't respect the law. They respect policy. They respect orders. Well, my sergeant said arrest you for assault. But I ain't touched nobody. I ain't did nothing. You still going to jail for assault. You know what I mean? So, hey. Oh, man. I'm half dead. Mr. Bootlicker. We ain't fucking with you. It's your homie Big D, and I'm out.